This is Con Carne, presented by Alex Ross Art. Alex Ross, one of the greatest to ever create comic books, graphic novels, covers for comics and graphic novels. He has his own website, Alex Ross Art, from where you can purchase original artwork, which would look stunning. It would be a showstopper in any home or business. It's fun just looking through all the cool stuff he's done. He also has his own YouTube channel, which he keeps busy with content. And here's Alex Ross to tell you all about it.
Hi, this is Alex Ross. I appreciate you guys supporting our YouTube, and we create new content every week. I hope you will continue to support us, and please subscribe.
Con Carne is also sponsored by Easy Automation, easy-automation.net. Transform your living space with cutting-edge home automation. Experience seamless control over audio, video, lighting, climate, security, and more. Embrace the future of smart living. Give it a big, firm hug. Your home, your rules. Get a quote by visiting easy-automation.net or just call. What's better than having a human being answer a call or an inquiry call? Call 630-730-3728. I'm James Van Osdell. This right here, this podcast, Con Carne, nominated for Best Music Podcast by the Chicago Reader in their Best of 2023 voting, which is almost over. Voting is only going on for a few more days. That's where you come in. There's a link on the screen for you to vote. It's bit.ly/vote Con Carne. The link's also in the copy that goes with this episode. Con Carne needs your help. Con Carne would love to win this. Con Carne spends a lot of time on this podcast and a lot of time dedicated specifically to musicians in the greater Chicagoland area. A disproportionate amount of time is focused on local music. I don't know many other podcasts that spend dozens of episodes a year on independent local bands. So I'd appreciate your support. Again, the link is on the screen. Thank you for your consideration.
Okay. Right around the corner. We could.
It is.
That's true. It is right around the corner.
How does a winery exist in the Midwest? I've always wondered
Good question.
that.
I don't know.
How do they grow grapes? I mean, it's a seasonal thing.
No idea.
I clearly have never been.
I've never been either, and I've lived in this neighborhood for 45 years.
I don't know. I've been there a couple of times, and it's packed every time I go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you ready for the
Bring
theme
your
song?
own grapes.
Here comes the theme song. Bring your own grapes. What?
It's Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Osdell.
I grabbed a fry right as the song was ending. Hang on. Not bad.
No.
Not bad at all. So it is Con Carne, the first episode of 2024. Woohoo!
Yes.
Wow. Try to control yourself back there. It's Hot Alice in the car with me. It is Chris, and Tim in the car. Nice to see you guys.
Good to see you.
We're at Dr. Dog's, which is a hot dog joint off Irving Park Road in Roselle. We're in Roselle, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I got to tell you, the guy behind the counter, not a real doctor.
Not a real doctor.
No.
In fact, I'm not even sure he was even a teenager.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready to go to med school yet.
Yeah.
Like he's still playing Operation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like he looked a little youthful.
He was.
That's like Upton Sinclair level. Like get the kids in the factory working the front line of the
Start
hot
them
dog
early.
Gotta start them early. All right, so Hot Alice. I don't want to bury the lead. Beat Kitchen, February 17th. It is Snuzfest. How's this for a lineup? It's Devon K and the Solutions, Gold Steps, Guardrail, Hot Alice. Definitely maybe, 4 stars, Calico, Plaid, and the Heads Up. That's an event right there.
It's going to be awesome.
Pretty stacked.
At Beat Kitchen. I was just at Beat Kitchen a week or two ago. That room gets loud. Like I love the sound in that room. It is all encompassing when you walk in that room.
It is, and it rocks hard, too.
It does. Hot Alice rocks hard.
We do.
So you just put out your first new music since the end of 2021. It's been a couple years. As we're inside Dr. Dog's, again, not run by an actual doctor, as we're in there, one of you said, I think it was a Chris who said, it was the first time you guys had actually seen each other in months.
That's true.
So, I mean, this is you emerging in 2024, emerging from your cocoon, like just to get together. Like, has life just gotten in the way?
It has. Yeah, our holiday cocoon.
Takes us a while to do stuff sometimes.
Being adults,
Being adults. Yeah.
it always gets in the way.
It always does.
Always does. All right, so All My Friends is the first new Hot Alice song in 2 years. Is there more behind that song? Is this just a taste? Is there more new music kind of waiting, queued up, ready to go?
There is, but I'm not sure if we know exactly when it's going to come out. Is that right?
You've been doing the EP thing
Yeah.
as opposed to full lengths.
Right.
Is that a philosophical decision? Is that just the way things shake out decision?
It's a lot of internal debate in the band, to be honest.
I think it's a debate with a lot of bands.
It is, and it actually ends up kind of becoming a little bit of both, right? Like, I think because adulting gets in the way for us, it's difficult for us to get together a lot and write a lot of songs, like enough songs to comprise a full album.
Right.
And so we do think it's sometimes better to just keep on recording EPs and releasing them, but I think we really have aspirations to put out a full length, and I think that's what we all kind of want to do, but it's tough.
Well, and you come from an album background, an album writing and recording background. I mean, to talk about your pedigrees real quick, Chris behind me, the one directly behind me, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you come from Mutts.
Yes, sir.
Get yourself a tinfoil hat, get the government out of your head.
Man, that is right.
Other Chris, August Premier.
Correct.
Tim, Allister. Fraggle Rock.
Oh, we're going to go there, huh? We're going to go there. All right.
But I mean, you're all you came from albums, and here we're in this world where so much of what we all consume is a la carte. It really is a great ongoing debate. Like, how do people consume music now? And I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah. I think it's up in the air, which is kind of exciting in a way, right? Because where's it going to land?
Well, right, because the old rules kind of sucked for how to make music and how to break as an artist. It was much more challenging, I think, or you could tell me if I'm wrong, to be an independent artist back maybe when Allister was starting.
It was. Yeah, it was challenging. I mean, we, back then, I know for August Premier 2, and probably Chris for Mutts, like, we did everything ourselves. And I mean, we still do now on Hot Alice, but as independent artists, we did just about everything ourselves. We were lucky enough to have a little bit of label support, but everything was done ourselves.
So the new song, again, the first new song in a while, well worth it. It is produced within an inch of its life. It's a big sounding record. It's All My Friends. More akin, I think, to the Foo Fighters than what I think people might expect from your collective experience. It's more power pop than pop punk, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I think that was on purpose. I think we made a conscious effort to try to go that way with this one. See what, try to expand our songwriting horizons a little bit, see what else we can do.
Because at the end of the day, you're doing it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny, though, because, like, in my mind, I consider us, I'm like, oh, it's a pop punk band. And then I listen to the music, I'm like, no, not that much.
Sometimes, yeah. There's a rivalry inside of my soul, like a stranger in a strange world unknown. Kind of trying to find your place in the universe.
Yeah, I think we all kind of struggle with that no matter how old we are at some point. Like, I'm 45, and I know the rest of us are around the same age, and I think no matter how old you are, I think there's still parts of you and times in your life where you struggle to figure out who you are and what you believe in deep down inside and what kind of makes you you.
Yeah, I think you go from the youthful feelings like that to adulthood imposter syndrome. Where it's like, oh shit, I gotta fake this and so that people don't call me out. I gotta figure this out before people realize I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. So background, I casually mentioned your previous bands. How did this all come together? How did Alice become a thing? And as you answer that, I'm grabbing a hot dog.
Yeah, Hot Alice came about when Allister kind of disbanded for the first time, and we kind of took a hiatus back in 2007. and I needed a little bit of time off just to kind of get my shit together. And then I needed to jam with more people, right? I needed to be in another band. I needed to continue to do music, and I didn't want to do something just on my own. So, I called up my brother and Pickles, who's not here, and we kind of started Hot Alice.
It started with
Pickles are here, my friend.
and in spirit.
And in spirit.
Sorry.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, it actually kind of started with you and Nate. You just got together with Nate, and then once you kind of had a song or two, that's when you called me and Pickles and said, asked if we wanted to just kind of round it out.
That's right. And I purposefully wanted something that was a little more rock and roll, right? Like, Allister is pop punk through and through, Screeching Weasel and the Queers and bands like that. So I wanted to do something that was a little heavier, maybe a little bit more rock and roll, a little bit more like the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And so we did, and then, things kind of evolved and morphed, and then we went through a couple of drummers, and then one day, out of the blue, Chris called me. Or, what did you emailed me? Did you email me?
I didn't know these guys at all. I mean, I listened to their bands when I was in high school,
sure.
But I didn't know them personally.
That feels good, doesn't it?
It feels great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys were only a couple years older than me when you were doing those bands, but I totally cold called Tim. I got his email from their buddy Mickey, who plays drums in Show Off. He played Blood People before that. And I'm like, hey, can you give me Tim's number?
He was in August.
He was in August
Premiere.
Premiere. And the only reason I even thought about it was because I actually ran into Tim at a face-to-face show out in Lombard at Brower House, and just went up and said hi as a fan. So I'm like, okay, I know he lives around here somewhere. So I got his email from Mickey, and I sent him an email. I'm like, hey, dude, I've been working on some songs, looking for some people to play with, because I quit Mutts after my son was born and was, trying not to be on tour anymore.
Yeah.
But I was ready to start doing something again. Reached out to him. He was really nice, receptive. He came over to my place. We jammed one day, and then he's like, well, I have this other band that I've been doing that we don't have a drummer currently, so we should just do that. And that's kind of how it came together.
Yeah. The more important question, how's the corn dog? That looks divine.
It looks so good. I'm a big corn dog fan, and this is good.
I got to say, I did a brief camera graze through the Chicago dog, but this is a nice-looking Chicago dog. Have you guys broken into your hot dogs back there, right?
Oh, yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah? This is a total strip mall hot dog place. If you drove by it, you would miss it. You'd really have to seek this out or know about it, because it's just tucked in this nondescript strip mall next to a laundromat and a Mr. Natural carpet cleaner.
Yeah, there's one bench seat in there? That was it?
Yeah, exactly. This is Last Stop Suburbia.
It is. Born and raised.
Right on. We could do this again, Hot Alice.
Yes, I'm into it.
So I asked a little bit about being an independent band back then, being an independent band now. As you said you're 45 years old, as you kind of push forward with this band, what's different as an artist, as someone navigating through this scene, city, suburbs? Is it easier, more fun, harder, shittier? I don't know.
I think it's definitely more fun because it's not work, right? I think before, at least I can speak for myself with Allister, there became a point, at least a little bit, where it was our full-time job, and it kind of started to feel like work, which isn't necessarily bad, but that can sometimes kind of drain on you, right? And now we have the opportunity to play music and write music and play rock and roll when and how exactly we want to do it, and that's pretty refreshing, and it's very, very fun because you're unencumbered by anything. You can kind of do whatever you want.
The stakes are lower.
Very much so.
Which is very, very freeing, very liberating.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, it's just nice to, we can play gigs if we want. If we don't want to play, we don't have to play. If we want to record something, we can. Like, just having that freedom and not having to like support ourselves doing the band allows you to just have fun doing it again, which was something that I struggled with for a number of years when I was like trying to make a living doing it. It was stopped being fun for a while for me.
I get that. Radio stopped being fun for me after a while. Now I do it in my car. And it's so much more fun.
Right? This is so kick-ass.
This is great. I'm eating hot dogs with the band. We're sitting in a parking lot in Roselle.
Roselle, Illinois.
This is amazing. All right, so the new song is it available?
Not
Are we
yet.
close to it being available?
I think we're close. We don't have an exact date, but what would you say?
We're
Probably
cleared
within the next 3 to 4 weeks, probably?
Yeah, we thought we were going to have the 6 songs, the full EP back by now. We're still making some tweaks to it. So yeah, I thought that was going to be up by now, but yeah, I would guess within the next 4 weeks at the most it should be available for streaming. Definitely before Beat Kitchen.
Excellent. So we talked about the song. When the song comes available, I'd like to encourage you watching or listening, go back and listen to us talk about it. It'll make more sense then. It will. Oh yeah, I get it now.
Oh, I see.
Uh-huh. Okay, so again, speaking of Beat Kitchen, that show is February 17th. This is the time of year, living in this area, this is peak winter fatigue, mid-February. This is when we're all like, oh shit, we just got it. If we can make it to March, we can handle like freezing rain. But like blizzards and sub-zero, that's the time when you need to get out, need to see some live music, need to see some friendly faces. Perfect timing.
Have a few cocktails.
Have a few cocktails, a few reasonably priced beers at the Beat Kitchen. Yep. So it's a perfect night to get out. It's February 17th at Beat Kitchen. Again, the lineup top to bottom is pretty stellar. And at the top, it's Devon K and the Solutions, who are in fact charming and delightful. So, all right, you're back together. You've seen each other's faces for the first time in weeks. Besides the show, is it just full speed ahead as much as it can be?
I think so. Yeah.
I asked you with a mouthful of hot dog.
I'm just excited for people to hear these songs. Like I feel like such a dork how many times I've listened to some of them, like the couple that we have back, and just really proud of the stuff and really excited for people to get to hear it.
Yeah.
And some musicians can't listen back to their stuff. They hear all the imperfections. Not you, Chris.
Oh no, I hear them too, but I can still enjoy myself.
Well, it's cool. I mean, I think we've kind of talked about it, and I think we're all pretty much in agreement that this particular EP, this particular batch of songs, are probably some of the best that we've ever written with any of the other bands that we've ever been in, and with this band as well. And so I think that's partly why we're so excited to get these songs out, because they're true, they're honest, they're rock and roll, they're catchy, they're strong, and I really think people are going to like them.
And they sound Midwestern.
They do.
And here we are in the Midwest.
And here we are.
All right, Hot Alice, looking forward to everything that is to come. Live show, new music. Let's finish our hot dogs. Corn dogs, French fries. Great to see you all. If people want more Hot Alice, which why wouldn't they? Where are they going?
Our Bandcamp site, right?
There it is. There it is.
I think
I'll leave that to Chris. He's the one that handles all that stuff.
I'm pretty sure we're Hot Alice Band everywhere on Instagram,
pretty
Facebook, Twitter.
This is how dedicated we are to our craft.
Wait, you're in marketing.
But I mean,
This is the difference
you
between
can
doing it
find-
full-time and part-time.
you can find all the music on iTunes and Spotify and go from there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hot Alice.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for having us, James.